This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build. So this week I am extremely excited because I was lucky enough to get early access to StrangerVille and I got to build so many builds. So this is the first one that I did and it's on the greener and higher area of StrangerVille. StrangerVille is separated into two neighborhoods. The first one is more rundown and post-apocalyptic and not fancy. And this is the more fancy neighborhood. So I was immediately drawn to it and this is the first lot that I clicked on. So I straight up went to building. The theme of the pack, of this neighborhood is more of a Victorian Gothic one. And if you've ever seen my videos or if you just scroll down through them or my EA gallery, you will see that I've never done a Victorian build ever before. It's a style that really intimidates me and honestly, I'm afraid to even build something like that. Even though I really like building and try different styles, this one was not for me. So seeing the fact that this pack has this Victorian Gothic style, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And to do the exterior, it took me forever because I had no idea what I was doing. And even though the entire pack has more of a weird aspect to it, and like everyone is slightly crazy here, this neighborhood and this particular house, I wanted it to be more preppy, more fancy. Because if you like watched any trailers or anything anywhere, you know that pretty much this pack has the new military career. So I really wanted for this particular build to be very fancy and preppy and like the house of a high military officer. So it's very fake pretty much. Because like if everyone is crazy and you're so well maintained, something is wrong. So what is wrong with him is his kids, but we will go there. If you've noticed so far what I'm doing, you probably noticed that I'm using items from other packs. And let me bitch a bit about that. So when I firstly loaded the pack, the first thing that I did was I went to this slot and I checked build and buy mode. So I checked build mode and you see all those stunning windows and spandrels and doors and like so many build mode items with so many different color varieties that made it so hard for me to choose the look and the color of the house. The build mode items are so fun. So when I went to take the buy mode items, I'm going to be completely honest with you and tell you that I was disappointed. I felt like a few items from the pack were missing. I was like, is this all? And I tried to kind of convince myself it's a game pack. It shouldn't have as many items as an expansion pack. Makes sense. But the items that it has are again post-apocalyptic and like rundown and like conspiracy theory, if you will. And yeah, this is fun and so perfect and it really matches the theme of the pack. But am I going to use these items on a daily basis? No. And this is the same thing that I have an issue with vampires. Even though this pack is so well received from the entire community, I don't like it. I don't use it. And I don't really like the items because I feel like they look too vampiric and old. And the only things that you will see me use sometimes is the radiators and the leaves. Vines, I guess. But that's it. And again, there's so many builds that I have built with so many packs, and vampires is not one of them. And I feel like this is going to be the case for this pack too, sadly. Because I don't have any use for like all these weird items on a nice regular build. Does this make sense? Like, I know it sounds like I am being very ungrateful, but honestly, it's how I feel. And I am in love with the build mode items, but the buy mode items, I'm not gonna use them on a daily basis. Even though the next builds that I'm going to release the next couple of days will use it. Because I feel like they are so fun for specific builds. But that's it. For other builds, they are useless, like normal builds. The only items that I used inside this house, if you're looking like for items that I used from buy mode, it's this rug here, which has different patterns, like a couple of different patterns. I used it also on the breakfast table in the kitchen, and then I think upstairs, which I used a couple of items that I felt like in the office. I used them in the office, and a couple of items that I felt like they were matching, because it made sense, to kind of use them. They were with the career. So yeah, other than that, you will see pretty normal items. And yeah, it's slightly disappointing because you might came here expecting to see all the new fun items that came with the pack. But yeah, you probably clicked on the wrong video because I really wanted to create something fancy and a mansion, and I couldn't use the buy mode items. Again, I am not ungrateful. I'm very grateful that I got the ability to test the pack earlier, and I still cannot believe that I have this ability. Like, I'm little to no one, so I don't know why they picked me to be a game changer. So I am very grateful for that, but then again, it's my honest opinion. But yeah, let's talk a bit about the build, and let me stop ranting about how I don't like the buy mode items for regular builds. As you can see, this is the master bedroom, and I really wanted this entire house to be very preppy. And I also really wanted to use fireplaces because it's an old build and it's an old structure, so it makes sense. Like, they kind of semi-renovated it, and they have a couple of new items and fancier items, but I could not fit, for the love of my life, fireplaces because it has so many windows. I'm like, I don't want to cut off the window. It doesn't make sense to have a fireplace over the window. So I was very upset with that. I think we only have one fireplace downstairs on the living room, and that's it. So this is the master bathroom, and the entire house has such a weird shape. It took me forever to figure out a plan for the house that kind of worked, and I don't think this is the best plan of the house, like house plan, but it kind of works. So as I said earlier, I really wanted the weird part of this family to be the kids. And usually I got inspired by Stranger Things, how 11 has all those superpowers, but I wanted to create a mean version of 11. So this is the bedroom of this kid. As you can see, it's like, yeah, it's sweet and nice, but the truth is this kid is very weird and very creepy. And And I thought, you know what would be cute? She will have a little brother. And I was so excited for that. The little brother was going to be a toddler. But the problem is, I created this entire toddler bedroom, which you're not going to see. It's after this bathroom, which is so boring because I have no idea what else to put here. So it's gonna be over very soon. But yeah, the toddler bedroom. I could not find items to fill that entire space. This is the toddler bedroom, by the way. So the items that I used were so out of style with the rest of the house. I feel like the kid items we have, most of them are very stylish, and by that I mean you have like all these base game ones that have dinosaurs and stars and unicorns, and then you have the items that came with pets, cats and dogs, excuse me, and my first pet stuff pack, which again are very colorized and not really matched with a simple house. Either that is a minimal house or Scandinavian one or a Victorian one. It doesn't make sense for them to have these. And I don't really like the kid items or the toddler items because I feel like they are not that good, to create something more simple. If you want to create something very colorful, then yeah, they are perfect. But for simple stuff, they are not for me. Again, I am very critical and hard to please. Yeah, I don't really sound so good in this video, do I? I promise I'm a good person. So this is the office, and these are cases for medals that came with the pack. And I am guessing that the medals are like what do you get when you rank up on the military, so I really wanted to have like so many of them there. And the other item that I used is like, okay, you can see like the clock in the back and all these weird papers, is the laptop that I was so excited about. The laptop, again, rant incoming. The laptop was one of the features that was on my wish list for so long. I feel like more people nowadays prefer to buy a laptop rather than a full-on PC if it's not a gaming PC, because it's easier to travel with, you can take it anywhere, and it's more simple, and it's cheaper usually than, at least currently, than an entire build from scratch PC. And the same team has said in the past that, for example, we don't have newspapers because people don't really use newspapers, or we don't have land phones because people don't really use them anymore. So to me it was very strange why we didn't have a laptop, because it's more common nowadays to have a laptop than it was a couple years back when Sims 3 came. And I was so excited for the laptop. But the laptop that we got, it looks like shit. And it looks very old and very outdated, and it looks like it runs Windows Millennium, probably. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, you know what I like from the pack? The build mode items. The buy mode items, And I haven't tried the gameplay yet as of when I'm recording this video, so I don't have an opinion on it. But from what I've heard from other simmers that played it, it's really good. So I'm really excited for that. Hey, 2 out of 3, nailing 2 out of 3 is pretty good. And the build mode items, so good. I cannot stress that enough. I really like them and how colorful they are. But here, as you can see, are the screenshots. This build came to an end, and so did my rant about my opinion of the pack. I hopefully will have a review when I test out every feature and I have formed an opinion about it, so I won't run on the review about what I don't like. And if you want to download this house, you currently can't, because there's no point. Even though most items aren't from the pack, apart from the build mode items, because I don't like the buy mode items. Yeah, there's no point of me releasing it if you download it and half of the items are missing, especially from the exterior and not the interior. I became annoying. I will set up this build as long as the rest, among with the rest that I will build, will be out when the pack releases on Tuesday. So either you can come back on Tuesday and click the link on the description, or simply follow me on the gallery and you will see when I will upload it. So yeah, this is me ranting about the pack and beating for 15 minutes straight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you didn't, please don't bash me in the comments for telling my opinion and move along. But yeah, I think it's really important to give honest feedback about what you like and what you don't like. And there are things that I do like. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. So I can set up now. Yeah. But I would love to hear your opinion about the build in the comments down below. And yeah, this is everything. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll have an amazing day and take care. Bye!